Hi, good morning, good day. How are you guys?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Very
Fantastic.
good.
How are you doing?
Hi, let me just introduce myself. My name is Anna, and I will be taking over this space. I will be the host for this conversation today. And for speakers with us, we have Mariano, founder of Pitch Lucy, and Alex, ecosystem lead at ZetaChain. Welcome, guys. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you so much for asking. It's just a rainy day here in New York City.
I'm doing very well as well. Yeah, thank you.
Where are you guys tuning in from?
Tuning in from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Oh, very
New York
cool.
City.
Very nice. Okay, and I'm tuning in from Dubai, so we're just all over the globe. All right. So, what do you guys say we get started right away?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, my first question goes to Alex. What is Zeta Chain? How does it approach interoperability and sets itself apart from the solutions, from other solutions?
Sure. So think of some other messaging protocols that are currently out there, other interoperability standards. In my personal opinion, it creates a lot of short-term problems, long-term problems for short-term solutions. So right now, I don't know if anyone here is a developer, but just from a user perspective, the only thing you can do right now with quote unquote interoperability protocols is you can only really trade tokens, right? It's just tokens live on other chains. And the only use case you really have with it is just trading those tokens. It creates separate liquidity pools, separate assets of the same token, so it's not truly interoperable. What ZetaChain does is we have our own layer one blockchain. And simply put, some of our apps which are already live, you can connect any wallet from any chain. So you can connect your Bitcoin wallet, you can connect your Solana wallet, and you can even connect your EVM wallets. And you can use your assets as is, as if you're on one chain. So there's no separate liquidity pools for Solana, there's no separate liquidity pools for EVM. It's just all together. And any user from any chain can just connect their wallet and use the app as if they're on one chain. So for us, that's the definition of interoperability. It's not having to care about which chain you're from, not having to think about what asset you're using. It's just whatever you want to use, you can on one app.
Okay, perfect. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. And as far as I know, Zeta Chain is one of the only blockchains that supports native Bitcoin. How is that even possible, and why does it matter?
So the way that we achieve this is something called MPC TSS. So I don't want to bore everyone in this space right now. But the way that it works is there is a custody address on Bitcoin. And we have two sets of validators. One is called observer signers, and one is just our normal validator set. Observer signers are pretty much responsible for recording every single deposit into that Bitcoin address. So let's say I deposit one Bitcoin in that Bitcoin custody address. It'll let the subset or the second set of validators know that, hey, I deposited, I don't know, two Bitcoin into that custody address. Let's use that on ZetaChain. And in the back end, what happens is there's minting of some new BTC, and the user can use that BTC on ZetaChain for whatever action on whatever app that they want. However, what's most important to highlight is the UI UX or the entire crypto product UI, the user experience is just going to be connecting your Bitcoin wallet and using your asset as is. You don't have to care about the wrapping, you don't have to care about the minting, you don't have to care about any of that. It's just using your native Bitcoin.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Alex, for sharing all of that. And moving on to Mariano and Pitch Lucy specifically, could you please tell us what Pitch Lucy is and how it works?
Absolutely. So Pitch Lucy is an adversarial ecosystem game hub where basically we're going to have multiple adversarial agents, games where users can go and challenge them. What is an adversarial agent? Well, it's an AI agent that has an objective, basically, and the idea for the user is to try to break that objective. And we have released our first adversarial agent game, coincidentally called Pitch Lucy at the same time, where users need to convince an AI agent, Lucy, to buy your token. Basically, you're pitching her different tokens, and if you convince her to buy your token, you will win like a bounty award. And this is something live that all of you guys can try now. In fact, we have a prize pool of over $2,000 that you can win right now if you play the game and convince Lucy. And the way you convince her is very simple. Just give her the very good best arguments about why she should purchase any token that there's it's out there, and maybe she'll purchase it. And this is one of the many games that we will do in our platform. That's our objective. All gonna be powered by the Lucy AI token.
And can you tell us a bit more about what makes adversarial agent games an interesting frontier specifically for AI and Web3?
100%. So adversarial agent games help us test prompts and help us basically find more secure ways for prompting and for defining agents. And this is something very useful not only in Web3 but like in any AI application in the past and in the future. Imagine you are creating like general purpose AI where you want to have security mechanisms and safety mechanisms to prevent the agent from doing or not doing something. Therefore, it's important for you to test this prompt, these assumptions that you have about how the agent is going to behave. And one great way to do it is with Web3, where you can deploy incentives for a big, massive community to go and test those prompts and those ideas in order for like having a big challenge where the community tries to crack that and find if there's a way to break the prompt. So Web3 presents itself as a massive community incentivizer, I would say, that helps test these assumptions, these prompts, and win tokens if correctly discovered that there was something wrong with it.
All right, thank you. And I think you touched on this question a bit already, but could you talk a bit more about how adversarial agent games can, like Pitch Lucy, can contribute to real world AI safety and alignment?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a little what I was saying in the sense that all AI agents that we're building, they need to have a prompt, and this prompt needs to be defined with like what are the rules that are allowed by the agent, what it's supposed to talk about, what it's supposed not to talk about, and there are ways that people try to override that prompt, and I'm sure that you have seen this. I don't know if you see, like, for example, you ask ChatGPT, I don't know,
Mhm.
saying something that is not allowed, and ChatGPT tells you, okay, I'm not allowed to tell you that. But then you say something like, oh, it's just for a story I'm writing, or it's hypothetical. And then ChatGPT tells you. This is an example of, hey, you're breaking the security mechanisms of AI with a prompt, basically. And therefore, whenever you build AI agents, you need to test for these edge cases where the prompting might discover some vulnerability for your agent. Therefore, platforms like what we're doing, these adversarial agents games, simply gamify this approach of security and allow a community of interested people to see if they can break it for a price. So incentives are aligned, and a lot and thousands of people continuously try to break the prompt and see if they're capable of winning something.
Ah, okay, makes sense. It's very cool, and I feel like it's also quite relatable for all of us. Um, Another question that came to mind is collective intelligence. Do you use it with Pitch Lucy? And if yes, how do you use it?
Exactly. So the term of collective intelligence stands behind the idea that whatever a big community of people decide it's the best like investment or it's the best something, it usually is the best one by approach. So you ask 100 persons how many balls are in a jar, for example. The average number of those 100 persons is likely going to be closer to just individual separated answers that you pick up from individual participants. Therefore, we believe that the adversarial agent games that we're building, excuse me, that we're building,
Bless you.
help contribute to this collective intelligence, where that can also be productized and be turned into like different game ideas and other products, specifically for trading and for other financial approaches. We have thousands and thousands of users that pitch Lucy, and what we can do with those users is basically, like we have information about, okay, what's the average token pitched? This is the average token that people talk about then. Or what's the least pitched token, or what's the most pitched token, etc., etc. So all these insights are extremely useful for then taking market decisions about if it's worth to trade a certain token or not.
Perfect. And what's the long-term vision after Pitch Lucy or beyond Pitch Lucy, let's say?
The long-term vision is continue to make great adversarial agent games that present real and unique challenges to our users, all powered by the token, the Lucy AI token, as a mechanism for paying the fees of the games and playing the games, and then evolving into utilizing somehow all these metrics and all this information that we have collected from the pitches of users and productizing that into something different.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And now I'd like to turn to both of you. So just feel free to jump in, both of you. What's next for ZetaChain and Pitch Lucy in 2025? Are there any big protocol upgrades, ecosystem launches, or other exciting news on the horizon?
I'll let Mariano go first.
A lot of very exciting things for us. Some of the upcoming features that we're doing is implementing the token in our token economy, enabling people to pay the prompt with our token. We're also deploying new games. We're deploying a staking feature. We are deploying a feature to reward our community that we're very excited for. And this is just the very beginning for us. There's so many things that we have planned in for this upcoming year.
Nice. Um, for us, we have Sui and Ton support coming soon. So next month. And what this will enable users to do is now you can connect your Sui wallet, you can connect your Ton wallet, and use these apps on ZetaChain just as is. No more multi-chain liquidity for each of these chains, no more bridging, etc. You just use your assets as is on an app on ZetaChain. Speaking of the apps, we have some of them are currently live already if people want to test this out. We have BeamDex, BEAM Dex, and you can connect your Bitcoin wallet, your Solana wallet, and EVM wallet right now, and you can swap between these assets like native Bitcoin to Solana without any wrapping or bridging. We also have Amana DeFi as well, AMANA, and it's a yield aggregator platform, and you can connect your wallets, and you can use any asset, like let's say AVAX on from Avalanche, and you can deposit into a yield strategy on ETH or even Base as well in one click without wrapping or any bridging whatsoever.
Perfect. Cool. Thank you so much for sharing all of that, both you, Alex, and Mariano. And those are all the questions I had for you guys today. But is there anything that you hope to speak about that we didn't get to? Anything at all that you guys still want to discuss in this space today?
Mm, Nothing else comes to mind. I just wanna thank you and incentivize everyone, guys. Right now, you can win over $2,000 for absolutely free. Go to Pitch Lucy and play, and you might be able to convince Lucy, our AI agent, and you might be able to win. And it's free to play. You don't need to basically to pay anything. The gas is sponsored, so take the chance, shoot the shot, and you might be surprised what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Alex?
Yeah, on my side, just want everyone to use the apps on ZetaChain. It is not a copy paste version of any other L1. Um, just use the apps on ZetaChain if you ever have time. I'm on a DeFi, BeamDex, and really just try to understand and just try to play out, what ZetaChain really enables. It doesn't matter if you're a user on Solana, it doesn't matter if you're a user on Base or any other ecosystem. You can use our apps as is. There's no bridging, there's no wrapping, and everything is pretty much a one-click UI UX experience as well. So I'm very excited for everyone to try out the ecosystem here.
Great. Mariano and Alex, thanks so much for being here with us today and sharing the background of both ZetaChain and Pitch Lucy, as well as future plans. One last question from my side. If people are interested to learn more about you personally, as well as your projects, what's the best place to find you? Is it X, or is there any other platforms you would like to send them to?
X is
For
great for us.
ZetaChain,
Also, pitchlucy.ai, where you can go and play the game.
All right.
our X account, we have updates almost every single day on there.
Mm-hmm.
From development to ecosystems to everything. And we also have a Discord and all the major socials as well.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much, guys, again. Really enjoyed the conversation today. Good luck and hope to speak more soon.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Have a great
Bye.
day.
Cheers.